is missing, what extra feature we need, and those kind of things. It's just like, okay, how do you see, it's kind of like how people are seen in society. That's extremely interesting. One more caveat though, it's like when signaling is used, it's kind of like a bad word. Not using signaling is kind of like signaling as well. So you wear like cheap clothes, and that's kind of like you signal that you don't care about like these superficial things in life. But we do it all the time, and that's kind of like how we survive. So it's very deeply ingrained in human society and human survival that we are working as a society, not alone. So it has an extremely important function. It's not irrational. It's not doesn't make sense. It's just a different layer. So there's just like a prefrontal cortex functional layer, and those two under like a social and emotional, that as valid on the same level, at least as valid as the prefrontal cortex level.
So when you know the job, functional job, social job, emotional job, that it would be easier to know who are your exact competitors. And I would like to quote something from the CEO of Netflix, Reed Hastings. He said that, really, we compete with everything you do to relax. We compete with video games. We compete with drinking a bottle of wine. That's a particularly tough one. We compete with other video networks, playing board games. So instantly the map of your competitors becomes wider. And sometimes your competitor is doing nothing. For example, in cases of online universities, the alternative for people who cannot afford the regular universities and don't have time for regular universities, the alternative for them is doing nothing, not learning at all. Because if their functional job is to get a degree and they just learn from the degree to get a better job, then they won't even learn.
That's kind of like changing lately. So the AI revolution is now changing education as well, because now it can tailor to each specific need on a scale. So like Chegg Inc. like lost a huge value of their stock, Duolingo as well. So because of ChatGPT is giving better, faster, more personalized answers in more diverse areas than these companies can.
The example here was for that sometimes you don't have a competitor. You are competing with passivity, with doing nothing.
That's really important what